Okay. All right. Working on getting the lighting better, everyone. Welcome. I wonder if I'm talking to myself yet or just with the other people. So we're going to be getting a lot more going second, but this is me actually look at moving. I guess this will have to do. I'm working on the lighting. Hey, hello, Crimson Ari. Great to see you. And that. Looking forward to this. My first live stream, so I'm hoping I do well. So, yeah, I'm going to be talking about myself and explaining what I've been through. Yeah, definitely do not like this lighting, but I'll work through it. Here, this is actually getting a lot better. And some things you have to do. You have to work on different experimentations and seeing what works. And I'm seeing some lighting now happening that I like a lot more. So, yeah. I can see myself a lot better, and I think you can too. So, yeah. So, just an introduction to what this is. This is just something just to help you see from the inside of someone else what the thing is. Hi, Sandra. Sandra is from Spain. Great to see you. And just this is to help you see who I am and just get an understanding of what it is like to be experiencing autism from someone on the inside of that. So I'm going to just tell you a little bit of my life. I have some notes here. Make sure to prepare. It's good to do that. And yeah, feel free to ask questions if you have anything. I'm just going to talk all about my things. Okay, grab your headphones. So, yeah, I'm gonna just tell my life and just give some insights and a little bit of where I'm hoping this channel is gonna go and what it's gonna do. So, yeah. So, if you don't know me, I'm the person who actually looked at starting this channel to look at making it so that people can get connected to experts and good advice on what they can do for people with autism, because I myself have grown up and lived with autism. Not thank God I haven't had extreme troubles like I've seen other people have it, but I see that a lot of people don't have as much knowledge as they could, and there's this amazing thing that I think you all know about called the internet that can unite us and help bring people together and get knowledge from everyone else. But I still see working this field, working with people with autism and that there's still a number of things that people need to learn so that they can better understand it. So that's what Teamautismpedia is here for, make it so that people can better understand autism and just get this things. So, yeah. So without further ado, I'm going to start. So, yeah, I grew up in America and just grew up just seeing things. I'll be telling what my parents knew that I grew up in a middle class area in the suburbs and that, and my parents were just like every other parent, just saying, "Oh yeah, we love our child and this and that." Then I remember one time I've been told that one of my cousins came over and he said he was looking at me and he noticed some signs. I don't know. My parents actually are gonna said they were. I was just talking to them. They said they were in Lysine, maybe able to tell us the signs they saw. A cousin saw, but he was like someone in psychologist and that, and he noticed some things about me and was like, this child may have on the autism spectrum. This is when it started getting a lot more common that people were starting to be diagnosed, and that because if you're saying if you're seeing people say, so many more people are getting diagnosed, the reason that that's happening is because people are getting knowledge of, okay, these are the signs of what autism is, and now we can more accurately describe what an autism is, where it used to be a very specific thing where pretty much no one was getting this described, diagnosed. So yeah, I was diagnosed, and then my parents looked at getting more of a formalized diagnosis as I was getting a few years later when I was starting to interact with more people on that. But yeah, I went to regular school. How old was I? I was like 2, 3, or 4, or something like that. Don't know I don't really remember that part, but yeah, I was young, and then it was like, so my parents, like before I was in preschool, they knew that I likely had uh, autism, that, but it's still something they were probably taking a little bit of time to know. And like one of the advantages I have over a lot of other people, I see a number of other people who have autism talking about autism on YouTube, but like my parents had all this knowledge that they gained over years because they were people looking at getting knowledge about it. Uh, uh, um, and so they actually passed on this knowledge. And they showed me, here's some of these books and that you can actually look at to get yourself knowledgeable about that. But I grew up, I went to regular school. I didn't qualify for so many different types of assistance or things that people can get because I was very, very high functioning because I was able to just interact with other people. But like one of the big things for me was friendship. I was just talking to my parents. What they said is anyone I met, I would befriend. And like my definition, I remember as a child, was that if anyone was nice to me and they were treating me all right, okay, they're a friend. Okay, that's what it is. But like now I understand, okay, friends are people I hang out with, I do things with, and that. So yeah, you need to make sure I have a better understanding of what friendship is. But yeah, I've seen this with other people that they may have a different understanding. And I mentioned that in one of my videos, how to help an autistic child with making friends, because I've dealt with that myself. So yeah. So yeah, we have some other people here on the live stream who are saying that they have autism or high functioning too. So it's a very a lot of people are getting diagnosed with it now because it's people know what the symptoms are in that. So yeah, so it's very important for people to get educated on this and get knowledge, not just be told here's a few symptoms and this and that, but get connected to real experts in that. So that's what this is. But yeah, I went to school, a regular public school, and I interacted with the other kids. They were nice to me in that, but like I didn't get invited to so many things. I went to birthday parties a little bit, but not all the time was I invited to different things. And that, so that didn't really bother me. I definitely watched a lot of TV when I was a kid. I had little adventures. I remember with some stuffed animals as a child. That so I got to see. I went experienced that, and I didn't really understand because when you're different, you don't always understand some of the things that you have. For those people here who have, uh, yeah, Aaron Reynes is saying that he's working on being more high functioning, and one of the biggest things I can say is that you're not going to see a lot of things yourself. What you have to work on, because you don't understand that, but talk to other people, talk to them, and see what they say you need to work on that, and that will make it so that you can be seen. You can understand that a lot better. Okay, and Jess is mentioning she's going through sensory therapy. So yeah, each person has different things. that they need, and autism affects everyone differently. So I and high school was going the same way for a long time. I know there were a few people I was getting connected to that I went did things with, mainly video games. Video games actually can be something that can connect people, and that I'm thinking eventually of making a video on Pokemon Go and how that can help someone with autism. Because hey, if someone loves Pokemon and they can get them out of the house, get them connecting to other people, that will be really great for them. And that, but I remember it was like middle school. I was getting a little bit closer to some people, and we always hung out at the tables, but still not getting so much invited to other people, houses and other things. But then I remember uh, right before I started high school, that people were starting to say, hey, you can join different groups and clubs and uh, uh, in high school. So, and one of the people who did it was cross country or long distance running. And one of the things that really got me on that was that uh, uh, one of the people who helped convince me about that was that the cross country coach was saying, "Hey, we do not cut anyone on the team." So I was like, "Oh yeah, they can't kick me off no matter how horrible I suck at this." So I went on that, and I was pretty much one of the slowest people on the team, but that actually was a great place for me to connect to people, work on socializing with people, getting those skills in that, and it really was great. And that I got the ability to just connect to other people and make new friends. And I encourage anyone with on the spectrum to try to find those groups that you like and find a group of people that you can connect to, and that's really can help you out in there. So I did that, and um, we had practice all the time, and then we had different team dinners that we that so we went in with that. And it was actually, I was talking to my parents, they said actually in high school they started talking to me about autism, but I didn't really understand it as well. And it was really more in college, and I was like, oh, that I'm not getting this and that. Like, I saw a few jobs I was doing, I just bombed the interviews in that. And so the I looked at, I started figuring that out in college. I went to the local community college, and uh, I was actually starting to become religious as a religious Jew, and I could go so much in that, but that actually had a few benefits that helped me out with, like that. I started. I realized I need to learn with someone else. That's something big in Judaism, that you don't learn all the things by yourself, but you have to have someone you learn with, and that. So I started getting someone regularly to do, which is like what getting someone to do things regularly with that I didn't used to do as much. And also, I had a friend who was a very good friend of mine, and he's uh, we would hang out on the Sabbath, and we would just go and do things. Uh, uh, I am Jess. I am looking at uh, the live stream, and I'm trying to talk a little bit and include you guys in it. And yeah, Sandra, if you have a question that is connected to this, I'll try to answer it, but I'm gonna try to keep going on, keep the flow going. But yeah, feel free to just ask any questions, and I'll try to answer them if it's going along with what it is. But feel free to keep putting things in. So yeah, it's cool to be connecting to people live like this. So, but yeah, I started getting connected to people more, starting to understand the other things and that. And over that time, I got a lot better and just hung out with people more, and just got I feel a lot better about how I socialize with people. And uh, then I went to a college, Yeshiva University in New York, and that was great being in a dorm with a lot of other people uh, who I was able to hang out with, and we did things. We did a lot of things together that first year where we looked at hanging together, and I got to socialize a lot. Uh, what helps me to develop friendship? Uh, well, it really is just having those connections that people have the same similar likes as you. Like I mentioned, I remember people I actually was connecting with were people who also liked video games. I played a lot of video games. I still play a few games today on my mobile phone, Fire Emblem Heroes and Pokemon Go. But yeah, just having things that people who like the same things you do, you'll someone be inclined to say, "Hey, I want to do this thing and that," and someone else, and you'll have that commonality to do things with. So, yeah, I really made a lot of friends in college, and some of these people I'm still connected to today. But I still look at some of these things and I look at, okay, I need to look at this, and oh, there's something cool coming up. I need to try to invite people to come with me in that. And there, I recently went to something, and I went. It's called quiet clubbing, where you go and you get these headphones and you get have music come to you on the headphones, and there's three different channels where you can listen to. And for that, I actually just try to invite some friends. Not so many people did, but when I one person I did get to connect to, he actually got to see he saw the thing I put on Facebook, and he went and I got to see him there, and it was just so much there. Like if you can't really tell someone what it is, uh, friendship and hanging out with someone else until you really experience it. So I didn't know that as a younger kid. So now I do appreciate that. But in college, I was very much because people saw, oh, you don't have such good social skills. I actually had a lot more of a stutter, and actually through using deep breathing, like right now, what I'm doing, I have my hand on my chest, using my diaphragm, and that really helps me look at making it so that I can. My speech has gotten a lot better. I had a lot worse stutter. You may see my speech get even better over time on these videos, but yeah, but people were looking at those things that I didn't have good, and they said you should go towards accounting so where you'll be in a desk and you'll be away from other people and your social skills won't be as important. But you're looking only at my negative points and what could be something that could help me or I could do with that, but they weren't looking at my positives, which is being a very nice guy. That and like when I was looking at going into accounting, it was like I don't want to do this. I don't want to be in a desk there where I'm just alone in the air. I want to be with other people and that, and possibly helping people. And yeah, yeah, it's good. Jess here is saying she's a part of a team, so that's good that she's connecting to other people. But yeah, you need to look at. I needed to find something that I liked, and I eventually figured, hey, why not look at something in caregiving? And I saw a number of other people looking at working with people with disabilities. I got some of that kind of work, so that actually turned out to be good. I actually started a number of people I worked with. I got a lot better. There was one boy who no one else was able to work with, but I looked at what his oh yeah, uh, Also for Jess, yeah, stutters can get better, and a lot of other things like with autism, you'll likely get better. You have a lot of potential in these upcoming years to improve. Just keep working on it. Look for advice for how to work on things, and you can get better in a lot of areas. But like this one kid I was working with, he really didn't have such. No one was able to work with him. But I looked at him and was like, "You like video games? You like animals? Let's do things like that. Okay, we're gonna go to the Nintendo World store, and you're gonna get to play video games." It's like, "Yay! I like that. It sounds fun." And then we also talked about how we're gonna go. We went to the zoo, which he likes animals, so we focused on that and focused on his interest in that. And he really got out, which his mother was amazed that I was able to get that happening. Not, but you have to just focus on their someone's interest, and then you can get them working in different ways. Another guy I worked with, he really at first was thinking and that he had to work on he needed a lot more help doing some of this thing to get his GED or high school diploma, the test he had to take to do it. But with a little work from me, he was starting to say, "Hey, it looks scary, but I'm able to put into work and I'm able to get it myself." So he was able to do that. So I'm proud of that. Someone else I worked with this guy and his father and told me that they're hoping to get him a simple job with people with disabilities, and he was just he had some brain damage, and I got to working with him, and I I looked at him and I was like, "You're very capable. You're someone who has the ability to do a lot more than just these few hour job a weeks, which sometimes these disability jobs can be that are like, you don't have potential, you can't do much, we're going to just give you this pity job, not, which people should always go to the highest levels that they can." So I looked at trying to get him, find what he wanted to do, and he was doing some things with, I tried to get him to do some things with, uh, find what he likes, and he was actually doing some things with cooking on time. I was like, "Would you like to cook for a living?" He's like, "I could make money doing that." And I was like, "Yeah." And I've talked to him recently, and he wasn't getting up early, and now is getting up because he has a job he really likes, and it's a full time instead. Where his father was just saying, "Oh, I can only get we can only look at these small little jobs that he can get," but yeah, that. So just for anyone on the spectrum who's watching, try to look for what your skills are, what you can look at doing, and what you like to do, and that can open opportunities and different types of work and that. So that was really good for me. I actually also blogged for a little bit. That was good, and that actually is giving me some opportunities. I'm going to be actually in a disability magazine soon. It's supposed to be coming out, but they're going to have a article about me and talking about giving some advice to parents for their kids and that. And yeah, I started getting interested in YouTube and how this is really one of the big mediums now to connect to people and help them understand, reach an audience of people who are like-minded, who have the same interests in that. So I've learned a lot of this. I have a lot more things I need to work on. I do not myself experience sensory overload. I actually did have some uh, earplugs I had because sometimes some of the things I was listening to may have been just too loud for me, but I don't have those sensory things. I'm really trying to work on getting someone to do that, but like getting some of these experts is not so easy. Like they're not getting they're talking that they're interested, and I think they are sincere of wanting to do this, but it's like you have other things in that. And I was just talking to someone and saying, okay, we're gonna just take your camera over to them, make a video with them in that, and do that. Some of them I can't do that with because some of them are in like Massachusetts uh, and other places. But I'm going to try to talk to Stephen Shore about this and just make it so that we can make a video that on subject quickly with him so everyone can get to benefit from his advice because he's an expert and we need to make sure that these experts can do it. Oh, cool. Oh, Jess, you're in a group that helps special needs people? Yeah. Right now, I'm working with people with disabilities, so I get paid to do this, so that's good. And I have a few different people I work with in different places, and that's where some of the different types of work I talk about in some of the videos, like day hab and communal habilitation. Those are different places that people can get jobs in, and that I'm not sure what they would be the equivalent would be in Spain, but I'm sure you can do a quick Google search and you can figure those things out. That's good that you're a good friend with one of the kids, because yeah, sometimes those people are don't have really people who care about them. And I'm actually working on something with something. Right now, it's first going to be with Jews that this is going to be with, but I'm working with a Jewish organization that tries to connect people to learn with some Bible with someone else who is like one person who has a disability and one person who doesn't have one. Uh, uh, but try to just connect them because that can be a tremendous thing for a person with disability to get a connection with someone who you're regularly interacting with and that. And I was talking with a mentor of mine who actually had a YouTube channel who was talking to Christian leaders and that, and he was saying he may get me connected to some of those ones because I'd be up for connecting to helping Christians and Muslims also do the same kind of thing so that they can do that for people of faith. Because in my view, that people of faith should look are people who are supposed to be kind and look at being models for other people. If you're not, okay. But yeah. Sandra's saying people in Spain are not so aware of autism. My best friend is on the autism spectrum too, and he's an orphan. Oh, so we say we're siblings and we love each other a lot. That's good. It's good to give someone support in that. And yeah, people with disabilities need people to connect to and that, and makes it a big difference. One of the biggest things I see with some of these people, the parents of people with autism, is that they're afraid for their kids because what's going to happen when they're not there? Are they going to have anyone with them? Are they going to be alone? How are they going to be take care of themselves in that? So that's one of the hopes that people look at getting uh, taking this advice, and the people with autism are going to get better, and they're going to be able to be able to function at a higher level, and not the parents don't have to be as worried about the kids later on because they'll know, okay, they have this there, and when the child's born, they can say, oh, we can start educating ourselves and getting ourselves connected to the experts in that. Where like I see a number of the people who are big on YouTube who are talking about autism. Those are people who have autism themselves, but they don't know so much like that. They don't also, I don't know if they realize how there's physical therapy that goes with autism. There's uh, occupational therapy, which deals with sensory overload, which just as asked for. I need to Jess, if you have any connections to like someone who deals with sensory overload, I would love that because I'm struggling with getting a connection on that. I'm trying, but yeah, there's a lot of different fields that deal with it: speech language pathology, that, and yeah, I do like Fathering Autism, which deals with, and shows you some of the different. He's shown a few of the therapies and that deal with that, but uh, and they show a different side of autism where people don't have so much going on, and they're struggling a lot, which is a lot different for me. I learn a lot from Fathering Autism and that, and I also watch Kinmock 7, which shows which is another person whose child has autism, and he seems a little bit higher functioning than Fathering Autism's uh, mm, uh, daughter. But yeah, they both have some difficulties, and uh, I know they're gonna be wondering what's gonna be the future for their children and that. And I know they're looking at getting this knowledge, but like just the other people who are trying to talk about it, they're talking a lot about symptoms and that. And I hope to talk more about than that, just therapies, that, and just educate people on those different things. So yeah, does anyone have any questions or that? Any more questions? Now, one thing I was talking to my mentor on Friday, and he was mentioning I need to work. He sees one thing I need to work on is my eye contact. So I'm staring right now at the uh, camera on my computer, and that's one thing. But like I know myself, some people I know around where I am, they don't have as good as social skills as I do. I'm able to interact with people a lot better and a lot more seamlessly. But yeah, I still have room to improve, and if I put effort into it, I can improve. So yeah, uh, yeah. So yeah, I'm trying just to improve this, and my mentor said just try to improve 1% each time. Uh, I think I should try to learn a little bit more on lighting and how to make sure that I'll know that there's better lighting, because I guess for better preparation is one thing I can do in this. Uh, so yeah, thank you very much, Sandra, for your things. I think I'm gonna be ending this because I don't have much more unless anyone has any more questions. I think I'm gonna do it. But thank you for being loyal subscribers and that, and everyone on the replay. Thank you for watching. I enjoy making these things, and hopefully we can make a difference in people's lives. Have a great day.